Tonight we have Mike Pence running against Senator Amy Klobuchar from the great state of Minnesota. President Trump declined to run again as there was a lot of scandals and controversies during the latter 2 years of his presidency. Now time for our first poll closings. Right now we have poll closings in Kentucky and Indiana. Out of the state of Kentucky, we can project that Mike Pence will win it with its 8 electoral votes. We can also project he will win the state of Indiana with its 11 electoral votes. That is his home state. Now we have our 7 p.m. poll closings. We can project Amy Klobuchar will win the state of Vermont, liberal bastion, with its 3 electoral votes. Mike Pence will win the state of South Carolina with its 9 electoral votes. Right now in the state of Virginia, it is too early to call. Amy Klobuchar is in the lead. Also too early to call in the state of Georgia, in sight of Mike Pence having a sizable lead. The Atlanta area tends to report slowly, which is why we can't call a winner quite yet. The state of Florida is very close, too close to call. Now we have our next batch of poll closings. The state of Ohio right now, it is too early to call. The state of North Carolina is also too early to call. Very close at the moment. Now we have a big batch of poll closings in the Northeast. We can project that Amy Klobuchar will win 3 out of the 4 electoral votes in Maine. Too early to call for that last electoral vote. Make a very early call out of the state of New Hampshire for Amy Klobuchar with its 4 electoral votes. Remember, in 2016, this state was not called until 4 days after the election. The blue state of Massachusetts we can call for Amy Klobuchar with its 11 electoral votes. We can also project Amy Klobuchar will win the state of Rhode Island with its 4 electoral votes. State of Connecticut we also can project for Amy Klobuchar with its 7 electoral votes. She will also win the state of New Jersey with its 14 electoral votes. The state of Pennsylvania right now, it is too early to call. Right now we can project Amy Klobuchar will win the state of Delaware, Joe Biden's home state, with its 3 electoral votes. She will also win the state of Maryland and its 10 electoral votes. The District of Columbia's 3 electoral votes will also go to Amy Klobuchar. The state of Illinois and its 20 electoral votes will go to Amy Klobuchar. Right now, the state of Michigan, it is too early to call. She does have a slight lead. Right now, we can project Mike Pence will win the state of Tennessee with its 11 electoral votes. Also win the state of Alabama and its 9 electoral votes. As well as the state of Mississippi's 6 electoral votes. The state of Louisiana and its 8 electoral votes will also go to Mike Pence. He will also win the state of Arkansas and its 6 electoral votes. Right now it is too early to call in the state of Texas because a lot of the precincts have not reported yet in the urban counties. Right now we can project Oklahoma will go to Mike Pence and its 7 electoral votes. And also Kansas's 6 electoral votes will go to Mike Pence. The state of Missouri right now, it is too early to call. Mike Pence is in the lead. That brings the electoral vote count to 82 for Amy Klobuchar and 86 for Mike Pence. Now we have our next batch of poll closings. Out of the state of New York, we project Amy Klobuchar will win it with its 29 electoral votes. We have an early call to make out of New Mexico, the land of enchantment. We project Amy Klobuchar will carry its 5 electoral votes. We have another early call to make in Colorado. 9 electoral votes will go into Klobuchar's column tonight. Wyoming and its 3 electoral votes will go to Mike Pence. We can say Mike Pence will also win 4 out of the 5 electoral votes in Nebraska. The last one, it is too early to call. South Dakota, 3 electoral votes will go to Mike Pence. We will also win the 3 electoral votes out of North Dakota. Project Amy Klobuchar will carry her home state of Minnesota with its 10 electoral votes. State of Wisconsin right now, it's too early to call. Senator Klobuchar is in the lead. She spent a lot of time campaigning as it was easy because it's just to the east of her home state of Minnesota. Yet we don't have enough information to call a winner yet. Brings us to 135 for Amy Klobuchar and 99 for Mike Pence. We can now project that Amy Klobuchar will win the state of Virginia and its 13 electoral votes. We now have enough information to make that call. She will carry the Old Dominion, that is Virginia, and its 13 electoral votes. State of Pennsylvania right now, she has grown her lead as a lot of the Philadelphia vote and the suburban Philadelphia vote has come in, as well as vote in the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area. In the state of Michigan, she has grown in her lead as a lot of the areas that voted for Barack Obama have reported, and they seem to be voting now for Amy Klobuchar. The state of Florida is still close, but her lead has grown a little bit as some vote has come in Broward and Miami-Dade. In the state of North Carolina, it is very close. We cannot call a winner at this time. Mike Pence was in the lead for a while as a lot of rural vote has come in, while now that a lot of the Piedmont Triangle and Charlotte vote has come in, Amy Klobuchar has a slight lead. We can project now that Mike Pence will carry Missouri with its 10 electoral votes. Missouri was previously too early to call, but we now have enough information to call the show me state for Mike Pence. In fact, we now have another projection to make. We can now project that Amy Klobuchar will carry the state of Pennsylvania with its 20 electoral votes. She will flip the state of Pennsylvania, the first state of the night that will flip into the Democratic column. We now have our next batch of poll closings. We can easily project the reliably red state of Utah will go to Mike Pence, very socially conservative state, voting for a social conservative. Mike Pence and its 6 electoral votes for Utah. We can also project that Mike Pence will carry the state of Montana and its 3 electoral votes. It is too early to call right now in the state of Arizona. Mike Pence has a slight lead, yet a lot of the urban vote has not reported, so it is too early to call. In the state of Nevada, Amy Klobuchar is in the lead. 14% of the vote is in. State Hillary Clinton managed to win in 2016. Barack Obama won it in both 2008 and 2012. Right now in the state of Iowa, she has a slight lead with just 10% of the vote in. She spent a lot of time in the Hawkeye State, just below her home state of Minnesota. We can now project that Amy Klobuchar will flip the state of Michigan with its 16 electoral votes, the second state of the night that she will flip. In fact, we now can project another projection. We can now project that Amy Klobuchar will win the state of Wisconsin with its 10 electoral votes. The third flip of the night, just next to her home state of Minnesota, she will flip the state of Wisconsin. As you can see right now, Amy Klobuchar is at 194 and Mike Pence is at 118. It must be hard to imagine a path to victory right now for Mike Pence. Because even if he wins these three, even though these four are rather close, Amy Klobuchar has held on to her lead. And a lot of urban vote hasn't even yet come in. As a matter of fact, even if Pence managed to win all of these 4 states, and Nevada, she is in the lead in Nevada. His only path to victory right now could be if things turn around in Nevada and he wins. He would have to win Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, and Nevada in order to win the presidency. It's not looking very likely right now at the moment for Mike Pence. The mood is definitely more subdued at the Pence headquarters in Indianapolis. While at the Klobuchar headquarters in Minneapolis, they are quite confident that they have a path to victory. Right now in the state of Ohio, as some more of the urban vote has come in, Amy Klobuchar's lead has grown. She is now ahead by nearly 2 points. With, as you can see, nearly 2/3 of the vote has come in the Buckeye State. Yet they are not ready to make a projection yet because there are still some outstanding rural counties in southern Ohio. In the Sunshine State, more than half the vote is now in. And Klobuchar has held onto her lead all night. Not for about like 90% of the night. Mrs. Klobuchar has been ahead even if it was just ever so slightly. In fact, the state of Florida might not even be called until several days from now. It's could be one of our closest states this year. The state of North Carolina, it is still too close to call. 61% of the vote is in, but Amy Klobuchar does have a lead as more and more votes are coming in the urban counties. We can now project that Mike Pence will win the state of Texas with its 38 electoral votes. A little bit of a silver lining under the current circumstances. We can now project Amy Klobuchar will carry the state of Nevada with its 6 electoral votes. This is a major win for Nevada. Amy Klobuchar, she Mike Pence's only chance to victory was included the state of Nevada, and now that it's no longer available for him, as Amy Klobuchar has just swept the state, it is just looking very hard at the moment for Mike Pence to win, and polls are now closing on the West Coast, and a moment that could potentially be rather historic. We can now project that Amy Klobuchar will become the next President of the United States, winning the states of California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii. She is now at 274 electoral votes, making her the first woman to be elected President of the United States. As you can see, fireworks are going off in downtown Minneapolis. This is a historic moment in America, and it's a historic moment for women and feminism and female rights. Senator, now President-elect Amy Klobuchar will be arriving in Loring Park, downtown Minneapolis, with her husband and her daughter Abby, where she will be giving her victory speech. Come January 2021, we will have a new administration, and we will be swearing in our first female president. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, Matt Johnson.